Welcome back to the Technoscope channel. Today we are diving deep into the absolute backbone of enterprise data privacy, the record of processing activities, or RoPA. If your organization handles European Union user data, you know that GDPR compliance is not just a friendly recommendation, it is a strict legal mandate. Supervisory authorities like ICO, CNIL, and EDPB are cracking down. And under GDPR Article 83, failing to maintain an accurate processing inventory can trigger eye watering fines. That's precisely why Technoscope built Glocal RoPA, a high-octane enterprise-grade data protection management system designed to take you from compliance chaos to bulletproof accountability. Let's talk about the European Union context and the actual process of building a RoPA. Under GDPR Article 30, both data controller and processors must maintain a crystal clear, structured register of every single data processing activity happening across their ecosystem. But here is where most organizations fail. They rely on a static, broken, error-prone spreadsheet that turns into compliance graveyard. Glocal RoPA completely transformed this process through a guided intake wizard. It systematically walks business owners through mapping legal basis under Article 6 and Article 9, identifying data subject types, evaluating retention limits, tracking cross-border data transfer under Article 44 through Article 49, and verifying third-party data processing agreements (TPAs) required by Article 28. Here is the real game changer: the integration of risk and privacy impact assessments at one place. Under GDPR Article 35, high-risk processing like AI profiling, biometric tracking, or large-scale sensitive data handling demands a mandatory data protection impact assessment. Glocal RoPA features an interactive 5 by 5 enterprise risk heat map that maps likelihood against impact. It enforces strict compliance by ensuring that no high risk activity can exist in your inventory without being tied to a mandatory unique privacy impact assessment reference ID. On top of that, it aligns directly with ISO 27001 2022 Annexure A 5.34, storing an immutable audit provenance log so you can prove continuous verifiable risk monitoring to any regulator or auditor on earth. Now, let's touch briefly on the technicalities. While Glocal RoPA gives you top tier compliance power, we kept the tech stack clean, modular, and fast. Built on a modern full stack architecture, the client runs React 18 with TypeScript, White, Tailwind CSS, and Rechart for lightning fast dynamic visualization. On the backend, an Express.js server handles RESTful API endpoints and manages local file system persistence store. For seamless data handling, the entire platform can be deployed via Docker or launched on Windows with zero configuration using automated batch scripts. Start.batch file, which is part of the Git repository, that auto-compile, build bundles, and launches local server in seconds. If you are ready to ditch flat spreadsheets, automate your GDPR Article 30 compliance, and enforce real accountability across your enterprise, Glocal RoPA by Technoscope is the tool you have been waiting for. Check out the GitHub repository linked in the description below. Star it, clone the code, and run start.batch file for the simplest installation ever, and take control of your data privacy landscape today. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more privacy engineering breakdowns, and drop your thoughts in the comment box. Moving ahead with the demonstration. As soon as you cloned it, downloaded it, and used setup.batch file and start.batch file, it will start a local server with a web console. This is the console that you can see. It starts with a dashboard which will showcase you how many RoPAs have been performed, how many are high element, how many vendors have been assessed under Article 28 for data protection assessments, as well as what are the third party country transfer safeguards that is actually part of transfer impact assessment. There is a dashboard showcasing your organizational domain level RoPAs and one risk score distribution matrix. Also, what is real-time regulatory gap assessment running in your system? You can also see there. In the second section, this is audit intake wizard, which is what activity this is, which kind of data is used, what is the retention policy, what is lawful basis, why you selected that, who are the recipients of this data, what is security safeguard from the perspective of third party vendor, and what is risk and PIA ID if it is a high uh, risk processing. Now this is pi by pi risk matrix, which is coming from the privacy impact assessment, so that you can link the privacy impact assessment with your RoPA if it is a high risk element. Any score going above 3, 4, 5 will be marked as a high risk processing activity. Audit and provenance has first level of defense, second level of defense, approval and sign off facilities, and you can export it to JSON, to Excel sheet, or a full operational Excel, which will be useful for your review and sign off. But obviously, you are not going to create an offline copy, and there are some themes decide. It is a most simple RoPA tool that can be created. When you click on register new activity, you will move to the audit intake wizard again. All data local, no cloud connectivity, data provenance available, and you can interlink it with Glocal PIA. That is one more tool already available on our repository. Please provide us the feedback. Thank you.